Gameday with Trey, man. It's your boy Trey. It's my son Tristan.
What's up, everybody?
And that's my dog Face.
What up, world?
Hey, y'all. Listen, man. We got a boatload of stuff to cover today, man. And when I'm talking about covering stuff, I'm talking about the things that are pertinent to you, me, and the rest of the world as far as this series on this NBA Finals. Okay, Miami versus Denver, you guys. If you're not already logged in, it's time to log in, man. Pop your popcorn, get everything done you need to get done, shift your schedule, all that good stuff. Because when I'm telling you this series kicks off and they tip this thing off, this is going to be the type of basketball that we've all been waiting for. Like, let's just get into it. All right. First topic of the night, man. We're going to go ahead and crank this thing up, man. Honestly, this thing for me is about matchups. Okay. And when you think about coaching and what Mike Malone has done this year and the way he has motivated his players with the no nonsense attitude and the telling them that they've been disrespected and unheard of and nobody watches them or talks about them. Okay. And steadily feeding that type of stuff into their mindset and their mentality versus Spo, who not only has brought back zone defense, okay, and I'm talking everything from the 2-3 to the 1 and diamond to the 1, 2, and 1, okay, like he's doing it all out there on defense right now, man, and he's on the precipice of becoming one of the greatest coaches of all time and getting on a list that we'll talk about a little bit later. But Face, who's got the edge in this matchup? Is it Mike Malone or is it Spo?
If you're going by the coaches, I'm gonna give it to Spo just because he done it longer. He done it with different teams, different players, and it's the same thing. So if you just going, I give Mike Malone the props, but if you just going based off the coaches and the things they've accomplished, I had to take Spo. But now, does Mike have a better team? But no, again, I'm gonna take that back because it ain't about the better team. It ain't about the better players. It's about who play better as a team. So Miami been doing that to the best. I, I don't see nobody playing better as a team
Listen,
than
bro,
Miami.
I ain't seen a team play like this since the Detroit Pistons beat us in the finals. Okay. Remember, that was a team made up of Chauncey Billups, Rasheed
Rip
Wallace,
Hamilton.
Rip Hamilton, Ben Wallace. Okay. This was a squad. Tayshaun Prince. All right. This was the type of stuff that legends was made of when it comes to defense being played on the court. I remember watching the games and we'd be down by 5 points. Okay, 5 points. I got Shaq. I got Kobe. I got a hurt Karl Malone. I got an old Gary Payton who ended up winning a chip anyway with the Heat. I got tools. Okay,
Karl
and
Malone
yet
messed
it's
that.
still I can't
Karl
catch because
Malone
I'm
messed
down
that
by
up.
5 points.
Hey, in the matchups that happened earlier this year, it only been a 5 point differential, so it ain't no real like they ain't blow them out. So and Miami wasn't playing with as much confidence as they playing with now. See, that's the difference. Right now, Miami playing with a lot of confidence. Denver too, but they feel like this is what they supposed to be. This is the feed. This is what they coach feed them. Y'all supposed. So Miami is a dangerous team right now. You know what I mean? They beatable, but they still dangerous.
Yeah. What about you, Tristan? How do you feel about this series and just the fact that it's really going to be starting off with the coaching matchup? I mean, we're talking about the reverse pick and roll between the point guard and center versus zone defense. We're talking about grit and grind down in Miami, coming out the
Hmm.
yo-yo, doing what we do down here in the gunshine versus mile high. I mean, we're talking altitude. We're talking matchups that we haven't seen. You have 6'9", okay, small forwards and Aaron Gordon who can sit on the world before they don't.
Hmm.
Okay, you got dudes like Michael Porter Jr. who broke their back, had multiple surgeries on their back, was a phenom coming out of high school, 14 years old, been talking about him. Okay, coming out and finally getting an opportunity to show and prove why they still drafted him with that first round pick. You got dudes like Jamal Murray, who's been disrespected his whole life because he's from Canada. You know what I mean? you, it's a lot of things coming out right now.
I'm gonna have to agree with what Faith said. It's gonna be a tough matchup because, like you said, every game was within a 5 point differential. But at the end of the day, I think Denver is overall the better team. Maybe not the better coach team, but the better team. Better bench, better starters. Miami, they they have a drive right now, but how is that flame still there? They just almost blew a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, yeah. Not, I mean, they they
Well,
did more than
they were
almost
never
blow it.
they what I can't they were never supposed to be up 3-0. So they did what they supposed to do at the end of the day, which I don't understand what you're saying, but that might get them more confidence now that they you feel what I'm saying? Because they grinded
Exactly.
it out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because the momentum was on Boston's side. Boston stole the momentum. Everyone, because they had me for
Actually,
they had
hold
me
up now.
for
Hold up now. So earlier today, I'm listening to Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, and they're talking about the fact that when this game took off, okay, and the series began, everybody knew that Boston was the team with more talent. Okay, you knew they had Jason Tatum. You knew they had Jalen Brown. They got Al Horford. They got Smart, defensive player of the year a few years ago. They got like they have parts and pieces that can move. But then when you look at the Miami Heat, they don't have none of that. It's like you got this Hemi buckets.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when you look at what just happened, really Miami had more pressure on them. And that's what they talked about on the Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max show this morning is the fact that Miami had more pressure on them throughout the series. And since Miami had more pressure on them throughout the series, that means from game one, they came out with their backs to the wall versus the lackadaisicalness of the Boston Beantowns. You know what I mean? The luck of the Irish, that stuff wasn't working for them. So games 1, 2, and 3 were won by Miami because they felt disrespected. They felt like they had to prove a point, and they felt like, we from Florida, we supposed to shine. And then
but and they
when Miami took it off, took the gas, took their foot off the gas a little bit because there's no pressure when you up 3-0. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Boston won 3 games. Face.
uh it's like Miami felt like we going against the number one team in the West. So guess what? We got to play our best game. It ain't no time to take off, and they did that, and they seen the results of it. That they did go to sleep behind the wheel for, but they had a little injuries with Gay. They know, that's confidence. This one of your players. You see what he did right after he came back. When he came back, he had a big game. Do you really think Miami would have won without him? You get what I'm saying? So, you know, hey, I just feel like Miami playing with a lot of confidence. They gonna have some doubt right now because you're going against the number one team. They done beat you twice this year. So, but you gonna get when you the top, you always gonna get everybody's best. You know what I mean? When you at the top, you got an X on your back, and everybody coming for you. So Denver already know Miami coming for 'em. You know what I mean? When you at the top, somebody coming for you. That's just how it goes.
That's
Miami
every
came
day,
out.
all day. Every day,
That's
all
how they
day,
came
man.
out in the last series. They came out like they were supposed to come out, the underdog. Don't make no mistakes. Take it to them. You feel what I'm saying? We don't care if you're at their house or ours. You know, that's the mentality you gotta have. Every arena is yours. Go take it over. If it wasn't yours, you better play like it's yours. You hear me?
Hmm.
So
And that's
if
how
Miami
Boston.
keep that tenacity up on defense and they keep playing as a team, it's gonna be a great series. It's gonna be a great series.
All right, so talking about a great series, let's talk about Jimmy Buckets, or should I say, now that it's trademarked, Himmy Buckets, okay,
Mm-hmm.
versus Jokic,
They can
the
call
White
Michael
Wilt.
Jordan now, right?
They call it White Wilt. You know what I'm saying? It's Himmy Buckets versus White Wilt right now, man. And what kind of matchup is that? How do you see that playing out? Because we already know that when these two teams matched up both times this year, they had Bam Adebayo on Jokic, and they had Himmy Buckets on either Jamal Murray or KCP or Bones Highland when he was there. Which, by the way, had it not been for Bones Highland, Denver would not won that first time. Okay, in Denver. Let's be clear about that. Everybody needs to understand. Watch the tape. Look at it. Understand that on December 20th, there was no way in the world Denver would have won that game without that boy Bones Highland, and he ain't there no more. He got traded to the LA Clippers. So, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, this is not the same team, even though they did beat them in Miami after that, but Miami also was missing some parts and pieces when they played them then, too. So, my question to both of y'all right now, man. Jokic versus Alpha Dog. Henny Buckets, man. What is it, Faith?
It's an interesting matchup, man, because Miami, but I'm gonna give Miami this. Miami plays the pick and roll so well, so that really takes away advantage that Joker and Murray has over a lot of teams. Because a lot of teams in the West, well, teams they played didn't play the pick and roll that role. The Lakers, we didn't play the pick and roll. So now that
AD
you
don't
got
move like
somebody,
that. AD can't move
so
like that.
now,
He moved like the mummy, man. Like he moved like the mummy, just like Muhammad Ali was talking
so
about on
so
Foreman.
so so it's gonna boil down to this. I would play Joker 1-on-1 with Bam as much as I could, as long as he stay out of foul trouble. Just based on the simple fact, I'd rather him get going and score 40 and not get the rest of the team going, because that's when Denver most dangerous. If Joker
Mm-hmm.
start passing the ball out that double team, he like a point guard. He's a
Yeah,
center, but he's a point guard when he
bro.
passes the
Look,
ball.
I done watched the man actually wait. Okay, so the ball will get scored on one end of the court. The man sits down there like a point guard and waits for and demands them to pass him the ball so he can bring it all the way up the court. How many centers do that?
But see, the only thing with Bam is he the type he gonna harass you. Because he's very active, active hands. He's
Mm-hmm.
not that big, so he know he got to play with movement. He got to, so that's gonna be the thing. Is Joker gonna be aggravated by that? Is that gonna bother him, or is he gonna try to take advantage of it? Being that they got Kevin Love back, that's gonna help. So now they
Yeah,
can start
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Love side by side, so that'll give Bam some help. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I can't even call it. I'm just so ready to see this, man, because it's like it's interesting matchup. Basketball is a game of mixed matches and mixed matchup. So if whoever got the most obvious mixed match that they could go through, that's that's what we're gonna see, and then we'll see who makes the best adjustments, because it's gonna be a couple of mixed matches. You know what I mean?
hmm
Joker is a mismatch 1-on-1 with Bam. He's way bigger than, you feel me? But and Joker know how to get to the cup. He know how to use his body to get the way he want to go. So if you're gonna play him straight up, just don't foul him, and just allow him to work, make him work to get them little buckets, and that'll take some time off. That'll take away possessions. Because if you let him start passing the ball and you get everybody else going, then it's over. You know, hey, I'd rather let Joker go slow and show.
Yup.
Just let him go
Hey,
slow and
hold
show.
up.
Just play him as much.
Tristan, when we was watching the highlights,
Hmm.
what did I say about Jokic? He scored. He got the ball in the paint, took the pass, and like did this like
The slowest.
slow motion.
I, everything
But
he
he
does
know
is
how to
slow.
get to his spot.
He definitely
He
knows how to
knows how
get
to
to
get
his
to his spot.
spots. The man,
That's
look,
what
man,
he.
I'm not taking nothing from White Will. White Will's a beast, okay, but
And he
he
got a
moves
lot
like
of
a
luck. And he
snail.
got a lot of luck on his side. He got a lot of luck. He was throwing them goddamn threes behind his head. Like I almost did some Cartwright. He almost like Bill Cartwright.
Big facts, dog. Big
When it's
facts,
going your way, though, it's
man.
going your way. You know.
Hey, one thing about it, man, when it's dropping, dog. Everything, everything, man. But so now that we've kind of covered a little bit of the matchups, we understand the coaching, we understand what's actually going to happen out there on the court. We do, we have looked at what's what players are really going to affect this series.
Hmm.
But what about legacy? Okay, I mean, right now we talking about Denver winning their first title ever. We talking about Jokic being able to join Mount Rushmore, and as White Will has the real Will, and take real Will down and remove him from Mount Rushmore. Okay, we talking about we
Boy,
talking
you
about.
gonna get a lot of flack.
Hey,
You
let
talking
me know.
about
Let me know. Okay, listen to my argument. I want to hear why. Because when I look at the best centers of all time, okay, Wilt Chamberlain is up there because of the numbers he put up. The man scored 100 points in a game. He only won 2 titles, okay, but he scored 100 points in a game. He was putting up triple doubles like Jokic is putting up right now. You know, he averaged 50 points in a season. He averaged 20 rebounds in a season. You know, these are things that are unheard of. But the reason I say that Jokic has the opportunity, okay, to get to the level of Wilt, because right now he wins 1 title, okay, 1 title, nah, I can't make you pass him because Wilt actually has 2. All right, but if he gets 2 titles, if he ends up with 2 titles right now, I'm just saying, if he ends up with 2 titles, okay, because we're talking about somebody, Wilt Chamberlain. I just named all the facts and all the numbers about the man, but every time he met Bill Russell, he got shut down. Okay, and Wilt Chamberlain, just being clear, and no disrespect to anybody watching this or that has any age or length on me, I've only seen Wilt and Bill Russell through tape and film. Okay, and I've watched it. I watched a lot of that, and I've watched it, but he played against a whole bunch of little white boys. Everybody was 6'3", 6'4", 6'5". Okay, they were plumbers and firemen. Okay, they were not real like today's age athletes. He wasn't playing against Joel Embiid. He wasn't playing against Carl Anthony Towns. He wasn't playing against AD. He wasn't playing against Bam Adebayo. Like he wasn't playing against blacks individuals who were athletes able to play. He did not. He had an advantage over every single person he played against until he met Bill Russell. So, like, I got to question. All right, so in the end, when it comes to rank where he's at, if White Will not just wins this title, but wins a second title, okay, against the competition he's played against today, the athletes, the style of play, the game. And look, I'm not saying that Wilt wouldn't have adapted to what the style of play is today. But what I'm saying is that Wilt, Wilt played against a bunch of white boys, man. Okay, he played against a bunch of white boys. And every time he came across a real street dude, okay, a real dude, he a real someone on the same level athletically, physically, all that, he got crushed. Break it down for me. Explain why, after a second title, if this begins the legacy for Jokic, White Wilt, why he can't remove Wilt Chamberlain and it be Shaq, it be Hakeem Olajuwon, it be Kareem, and that's not in that order because it goes Shaq and Kareem, okay, 1 and 2, all right.
I'm gonna say this. We'll just add him because you can't say
I can't say what.
Will Chamberlain is like, I don't know. I ain't watched him play like that, but we ain't gonna take him down. We just gonna add. We just gonna add.
Add it. You said add it.
We'll take David Robinson down. We'll take
David Robinson. Man, hold up, man. How many people on Mount Rushmore? They're like, is it 4 or 5 people?
I think it's 5.
I think
It's
it's
5
five.
people on Mount Rushmore. Okay, let's go through the list. Shaq, most dominant center of all time. Do we all agree?
Mm-hmm.
He's on there. Not saying he's one, but he's on there. Kareem.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he played at the same time as Wilt. Okay, and won a title. And he won multiple titles.
You got to put Kareem on there.
He created an unstoppable shot. Okay, so you got Kareem. You got Hakeem Olajuwon. Not only defensively, but
You got Bill Russell.
offensively. I know,
What
but I'm
about
saying
Bill
I'm
Russell?
just putting. I'm not. Bill Russell's. I didn't even. I named him last because he's on the list, man. He's the easiest one to put on the list. Okay, Bill Russell.
Hakeem.
Okay, that's 4. Okay, and then you got Wilt at 5. Wilt is the last. He has no argument against those 4 people that we just put up. No argument at all. We all agree. So if Wilt has no argument against those 4 individuals.
Hold on. Hakeem Olajuwon. How
Yeah,
many titles he got? 2?
dude,
Huh?
same as Wilt.
So only reason I put Olajuwon on there anyway, because the
Because he
way
played
he
against
been
Shaq.
shot.
He played against David Robinson. He played against
Hey,
Patrick
boy,
Ewing. He played.
he took Shaq to school.
I
He
know.
took Shaq.
And that's when you can't deny him. That's when you can't deny him. He played against Patrick Ewing, Shaq, David Robinson. Like, he played against some of the greatest centers of all time. All right.
Olajuwon wasn't always up there either though.
Nah, he
He
wasn't.
wasn't always more. He came on at a certain time of his career, but
Hey, everybody, excuse the fact you cannot hear Face right now because technical difficulty. We in a hurricane. We in Florida. Face, say that again.